But speaking of raining on your parade, the steward of your father's estate, the Castellanos estate, your estate, you are the lady of the estate, halos you and says, you know how your dad normally is here running everything? For the last, months, he's not. And we've gotten by again, but my authority to use and run finances only goes so far. We need the lady.
That's what James says.
I think also needs the lady. I look at my schedule, pick days where I don't have classes, and I take a training.
Okay. So that effectively probably like the equivalent of Thursday, Bird's Day of this week. You can train off to Cameron. And this is not a this is not a vacation. It's a big pile of all the crap that has been pushed off, and you're going to have to wade through that.
Wade through the fire.
What I take any opportunity that I have during brain breaks, because you can only do so many taxes, I go and I use privileges in my father's study that I might not have ever used before, even though nominally I had permissions to be there and everything.
Okay.
She's snooping,
I'm
investigating.
I have some dice.
thanks.
Give me a roll. I want some.
Becoming the lady of the house.
Dude, I have to pay these taxes. I need all the relevant information.
Yeah.
There's purchases to be made. There's bank adjustments. There's the bookie.
Bank adjustments.
Oh, wait, the bookie? Oh boy. So how far is he in the hole with the local shark?
1497.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to give you what you got rather than what you wanted. You have your father's study. Let us imagine in your mind there is your father's study. Your father's study is a sanctum. From the standpoint, as a child, that was one place you never played. There's basically one of the hired staff that gets to go in there, and that's just to dust, basic cleaning. Nothing gets moved. And the individual that's doing it is probably an older woman whom...
Can't read.
Head housekeeper.
Yeah.
Same.
And that...
Sure.
And that is all. You spend
Oh, I'm so confused.
several long hours just wading through the pile. That is now probably a good 4 months of stuff. You get through this is the portion where the estate is burning down if you don't get these things solved this week. And you have time to be in the sanctum. What do you do?
I observe any paintings on the wall. I observe what collections of books are on the built-in shelves, which I assume exist. I examine the desk and note the drawers and dimensions there.
I measure the interior of the office to see if it lines up with the size of the building.
Pretty
Yeah.
much playing a Sherlock Holmes video game right now, inspecting everything.
What you find, you do find what you're looking for. There is a wall. It is an interior wall. It is stone, and its dimensions provide a volume that is more than what a wall should be. What is more, you feel it. This is something that a year ago you would never have felt. You can feel its presence in the stone. It is a vault. It is a safe, to use a modern term. And what mechanisms exist in your, as you are, I mean, there's a point where you actually start using what you've been studying in ways that you haven't quite been taught to use. But you've been present when the Pallant Knights have been being taught how to saturate a volume with a very small amount of ongoing virtue in order to give themselves a perception that exceeds what otherwise is normally available. You press through and perceive, one, the presence of a physical material safe that if someone was given a pick and whatever, you get the impression they could logically go after this thing. You also note that surrounding its final core, there is a pattern of virtue, very compressed, but extremely highly charged.
Spring.
And
It's a turf.
yeah, it's your impression that if somebody went in there,
Explode.
it's going, yeah, nothing is going to be gotten out of it that they're looking for, and probably this corner of the house will cease to exist. But also available to you and your sight are effectively three, what would be, for us, it's like 3-letter dials, 3 password entries. And they include, it's effectively enough of the language that you could sit there going, I can build 3 words up to 8 characters in length. But they don't have to be 8 characters length, because one of the options is blank, is empty. And so it's 3 passwords that if you enter those 3 passwords, it's like you can feel, I mean, you can actually sit there and you can spin the dials. You're pretty confident you could open this.
If I knew.
Oh, if you knew the passwords, yes. If you don't know the passwords, this isn't. And when you go over it, it's randomized. Who the last person that was there went zoop, 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 and.
I'm going to take a step back and look around the study, looking for any picture or anything that belonged to my mother.
You do find 3 pictures. None of them are near the desk where he works. They're there. 2 of them are her. Well, basically, one's her and him, and one's her and you. However, they include there's no fox molder writing on the back or
I
anything.
want to believe.
I want to. No.
No, too many, too many.
The vowels out of lead.
I want to BLV.
I don't even know.
Emily doesn't know.
It's up.
Do you?
Do it.
She has a name, and it's a woman's name too.
You can just say I tread her water.
Joseph. Joseph.
Yeah, it's her.
What is my
It's
mother's
the 3 entries are up to 8 characters. Cristianos
Oh yeah.
Too many.
definitely doesn't fit.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to know what my mom's name was.
Is your mother's name Aid? Or can it be?
No. That's, I'm not even, I just want to know.
Oh, you want me to tell you? You're responsible. What's your mother's name?
You're responsible for your.
What? Oh, I'm supposed to go? Okay, well, I'll come
So it's
back to
probably
it.
not A letter.
Yeah.
I'll come back to it.
She's like, I'll find something that's Aid.
I thought it already
Okay.
existed and I wanted to know. But it
Hold.
didn't.
I do need you.
Okay.
Hold.
I will hold. That's all I need.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, do we have a family motto?
Never give up. Never surrender. It's more than 8 letters.
Never give up is perfectly good.
That's an excellent question.
Balcony rails are for cowards.
Is it
Wow.
weirdly specific, but
If you don't know, it's probably not the password.
Well, no.
you
Well,
know.
It's the first thing she would think of.
Does the family have an official motto? No.
Unofficial motto?
You know your father. It's like, oh my.
That thing that Dad always says.
But the thing is, it's like the last time you were having this conversation, you were like, it was like 7 years old. It's like, and the words at that time didn't have meaning. It's like there was a time when he did that. There was also that time was before this house was built. After this house was built, we don't remember that conversation anymore. But yeah, that.
Can I use my intuitive virtue powers to jog my memory?
No. Would you like to try?
Storyteller, tell.
Yeah. Would you like to try to use your virtue powers to jog your brain?
She just keels over dead.
I take a song in my mind and go.
It was nice.
But I will.
Spontaneously.
What we're gonna stop there, but I'm gonna tell you this: long frustration. You feel like, oh,
I should know this.
and oh, what was that motto? But in the meantime,